Thank you, candidates. The next question will start with Keith Christensen. Tell me the most innovative and boldest idea you have for transforming Salt Lake City. Keith Christensen.
Well, that's an easy one. It's too many things, actually. Honestly, I believe the boldest concept is that you run this city like it is an enterprise owned by you, and that it is not run by politicians and people with a lot of agenda in the bag, that we take the perspective that it is ours. It is a big enterprise, as I have stated earlier. And my boldest initiative is to manage this city like it's never been managed. Watching the departments, making certain that we have the right people in the right spots, and that we have a vision for our future. It's a bold initiative to think that we can become the most livable city in America. I believe that. And I think you do that by taking care of education, by making certain that children learn to read by 3rd grade so they stay in school, by reducing crime. I think the two are connected. By taking care of our environment, by making certain that our transit system works, that we never have gridlock. What's going to happen in 25 or 30 years if we don't think about these things right now? So the bold initiative, most people expect me, the business guy, to talk about business things, economic development. Well, I can tell you how to see economic development work. Take care of the core basic things and do it right. Reinvest the money in this city. Take care of our infrastructure. That's bold. That's a vision for the future. That's managing this wonderful enterprise called Salt Lake City with a vision for the next 25 and 50 years.
John Renteria.
Well, that was more than one idea I heard. But I think the boldest and innovative idea for transforming Salt Lake City would be for the people to elect me as mayor. With that already said, I think it represents time for real change in terms of community people getting involved in our political process, city office, leadership positions with the state. And it really takes someone from my background to address some of the concerning issues that we have that have been totally neglected by the city with regards to the politically disenfranchised, whether they're minorities from a protected class, the homeless, the poor, and on the other extreme, in terms of the future of the city, what we need to do in terms of revitalizing downtown. I know that one of the things that I would do primarily there is work for downtown revitalization, talking to business owners, talking to property owners, talking to the community. And one of the other things that I have too in terms of a bold idea is refocusing city attention to the west side, because it has been so poorly neglected. And we need to transform the west side because we're looking at a sleeping giant in terms of the entire west side. And we have many issues on the west side with regards to economic development, housing issues, and diversity, and the value of diversity, and the most prominent area in terms of socioeconomic and cultural diversity that we have in the entire city, and it's gone by unnoticed. We need to do more by way of economic development that addresses more inclusion and participation by the city government and the entire city, and beautification projects that we take for granted or seeing on the east side avenues and other areas of the city. We have nothing on the west side. So one of the boldest things would be electing me as a west side candidate.
J.P. Hughes.
The boldest thing we could do as a city is to put our homeless into homes. And that can be done through equity housing like they've done in Portland, Oregon, where the people that there are 500 to 800 people that live with no home, no security, no safety, and no safety net. We find a way, which is to build homes for the homeless that they have equity in, that they can sell where they're safe. This has been done in Singapore, which is a wonderful place by President Lee Kuan Yew, and it would be so bold. And also it would reduce the amount of crime, where 20% of the police budget goes to take care of the generated crime from the homeless shelter area. It would do so much for the integrity of the community to actually help other people that are really having trouble, where they can shower, get clean clothes, and with 98% of the people here in the city having a job, they could get a job. They would be no longer homeless. It would be a wonderful idea, and Salt Lake City certainly can do it.
Ralph Becker.
The theme for our campaign has been growing a great American city. And that is a broad statement, but we've laid out blueprints that cover a whole range of areas, and it begins with engaging the community. Bolstering public education is, I think, the greatest thing we can do in this city to make sure that every child has the opportunity they deserve through partnerships, through the city participating and assisting in public education in a variety of ways. Having a model green city. And one bold idea there that I think we would all benefit from in so many ways is to have segregated bike paths that everyone can use in this community to get around, and it benefits us in many, many ways. And finally, for our neighborhoods to really serve as the community centers and livable, walkable neighborhoods, and the downtown as the gathering place for our city and for the entire region.
And finally, Jenny Wilson.
I want to bring creative industries, technology, and culture into the heart of our downtown. The City Creek development is exciting, but it's retail, housing, and commercial. What our city needs to take it to the next level is people here with your laptops, bring your small companies downtown. What the city needs to do is partner to build or remodel space where our technology is stronger in downtown. One of the barriers, I think, to small companies who have a technology focus in coming downtown and thriving in downtown is the older nature of our buildings. We want to keep those buildings, but find newer properties where we can build and create an incubator, if you will, but one that has some creative focus as well, so that small technology companies can come in, have some subsidized help from the city, and hopefully we can partner with the county and the state on this initiative so that we can actually foster a very creative environment in the heart of our downtown. Restaurants will follow. Yes, more bars will follow. We will then see a dynamic nightlife. I think this is a multi-year project. It's one that I'm already beginning to conceptualize and will be very excited to begin rolling out in January. It's one that I've been influenced by the works and writings of Richard Florida, who's very visionary on this concept. Tacoma and Seattle have embraced much of his concepts, or many of his concepts. Downtown Rising has held on and to some of this, or has addressed some of what Richard Florida is already promoting, I think, in their concept. So it's a collaborative initiative, but I think it's one that, with some leadership from the mayor's office, can really add to what's missing in downtown at this stage.